Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I am in the mood to make a trashy, layered, junky, everything journal. I've got all sorts of fodder, found objects, everything. Okay, let's move this stack out of the way. This stack's got junk mail on it. Here's a piece of manila folder. I recently found some beautiful bright pink paper. I am currently working on paper packs and more fabric packs. I do want to use some of this paper though. I love this color. I know not everyone is a pink fan, but I love pink and this bright pink. I don't know why I've been into bright pink lately. Like fluorescent pink is my life right now, and I just love it. Let's go ahead and pull out a little bit of orange and some of this also. That's kind of I guess that's pink. All of these other colors make it look lavender. So let's get this off the desk. We're going to come back to it, but for right now, I want to show you what I'm looking at. I recently bought some wrapping paper, and I've already sorted out sheets for the paper packs that I'm working on, and I kept some for myself, and I've been wanting to make a big junky layered journal, and I think this is going to be the ticket. I've got a couple of pieces of cardboard that I've already cut over at the paper cutter, and this is about 6 by 9, somewhere around there, and I'm gonna make a fabric spine. So we're just going to do all this together, and we're going to play. We're just going to play and play and play and make this journal, because sometimes I get asked, how did you do this? Or I wish you would have shown the whole thing. So I'm going to try really hard to do that. I've got some fun fabric. So this really gorgeous fabric, some of this was in the most recent fabric packs. This is so textured. I really love this, and I'm not afraid to use pretty, nice, beautiful fabric in junky creations. I mean, as our friend Tommy says, nobody gets out of here alive. You better have fun. You better do what you want to do, creativity wise, and just tapping into what you want to do artistically, because life is going right on by, and it's kind of morbid to think about, but we're going to leave these things behind. We can't take them with us. We don't know that the people left behind are going to want these things. I do think my children are going to want my books, but the point is, don't be afraid. If you like a fabric, don't think, well, that's too nice to use for what I'm going to do. No, it's not. Just use it if you love it. So I'm going to glue this piece on the front and on the inside. So let's just go ahead, and you can tell this is not perfect. It's not 100% cut even or whatever. We can trim as we go if we need to. Goodness gracious, let me try to keep up with the trash, because my workshop was looking so neat recently. I got everything cleaned up, and it just gets in a big mess when I start packaging and sorting and putting packs together, and that's fine. That's what this place is for. It's always been that way. It's like cycles of getting everything cleaned up and in its place, and I look around and I'm just so inspired. And then of course I collect again and shop for the shop and get these packs together, and things go wild, and then things are back to normal again after I clean up. So it's just a lot of cycles. The first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and put this fabric on, because if we want images on the inside or the outside, you need to think about if you want your fabric on top of those images. This is a really thick fabric, so it may be best to put this on top of any images that we're going to have as far as the cover. So let's just go ahead and do that. But I think one of the things I want to do first, let me get out just a bright gelato crayon and put some color on the edge. We're going to add color all the way through this, but let's go ahead and put some color because I like these crayons. Because I like these crayons. No, because I want color everywhere. I want this to be just one of the big, bright, bold, everything journals, as I call them. I love using things like this because you don't have to wait for it to dry. This can get on other things, but you know, it'll settle down once you get everything done. And look at that color. We need more over on this side. I love the gelatos. I love how our style changes and evolves as we keep doing this. So I was out thrifting the other day, and it just touched my heart because I'm getting older. It's obvious that I'm getting older. You know, we look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I don't really see myself like I probably look to other people. I see the person I've always been. I see the 12-year-old girl who, you know, suddenly was aware that she was alive and had a life and had choices and played in the neighborhood and rode her bike and tried to alter clothing and all this stuff. But then I think, oh, look at the wrinkles. Look at all this personality that I've experienced. I mean, I've got wrinkles everywhere to show it. But I get out and sometimes I'm self-conscious because I have all these what feel like young ideas and they feel so relevant. But I'm telling you, I know from working in the public, you can kind of be ignored as you get older. Not always, but I have a little awareness of that running right below the surface. And I was buying a bunch of stuff. I was out thrifting, and this really pretty young girl, she was probably 18 or 19, came over to me and she said, "So what are you going to do with all that?" And I told her that I made junk journals, and she had never heard of them. So I said, "You should look it up." I said, "They're so popular." And I said, "A lot of young people like you." And she smiled. I said, "They make them." I said, "They're on TikTok." I said, "You can find people to follow." I never told her about my channel. I never said any of that because, you know, people tend to gravitate towards their own age range, and that's fine. I have young followers here, and I have older followers, and I follow younger and older people. So anyway, I said, "Well, let me show you my Instagram real quick." I could pull it up. I said, "I don't even know if there's that much on here because I'm not the best person at keeping up with social media." But she said, "No way," because the first thing that popped up, I just kind of clicked on one, and it was the Dolly journal, the Halloween journal. So I said, this is really not a very good sampling of what books look like. But I think I had a couple of everything journals, and I said, look it up. And she seemed genuinely excited. I mean, it was just it felt so good to me to be able to share something with somebody who probably 40 some years younger than I am, and was genuinely interested. And I feel like she'll probably look into it. And I said, it's very, very addicting. This is a very addicting craft. So let's see how this is going to be. I got to quit talking and pay attention. Oh, there's still glue rolling out before this catches and dries. So this is going to be the outside. And I'm wondering, see, I just think this is going to be too much to put on top of the fabric. So I think what we're going to have to do is glue these images underneath. So let's go ahead and put a lot of glue under here because we want this to really hold. I've got so many containers of glue right now that are almost empty. And I just keep going back and forth. I like the ones that sit upside down like this. Okay, so this one, we're going to say this one's done. This one's done. And I do have some ready to go. I bought quite a few from Joann's when I was there. Oh wait, what am I trying to do? I know what I'm trying to do. This is the lid I need to keep and switch out. So let's put this on here. I finally figured out I don't have to fill up old bottles. I can just change the lid out. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, that bead rolled over in there. That's okay. That's okay. you get right there. And so let's put quite a bit of glue on here and get this all over the place. I've been working so hard on packs and trying to get things ready to mail out. I've got a lot of stuff to go out, and I appreciate everybody being patient with me this week. Honestly, I've mentioned it before and I'll say it again, it just takes a while to get back into a groove after you leave. I'm also tending to my garden, which gave me a beautiful little crop of carrots the other day. I've replanted more carrots, I planted double the amount because they were so good. I've never really had success growing carrots like that. But I've got my garden going on. We celebrated a birthday this week. I had an appointment. I had 2 appointments this week. I got my hair cut, and also, was that this week? I don't remember. No, maybe that was last week. I had an appointment to get the van worked on this week. That was yesterday. So, and that's why, I mean, the fact that I don't even remember when my haircut was, that's a pretty good, that should tell you that the days are just, they're flying and they're running together. It's just crazy to me. So I got to think about this. This is the front. And I was thinking this looks like it goes up that way. So the back is going to be like this. And these are just, this is the cover to the book that some of these pieces of paper were in. And junk, we're just going to use our junk. We're going to do a lot of layering and using up supplies. So let's go ahead and add some more glue here. And I do not worry if things don't stick like they should. I mean, to a degree. Things, you know, you need to be able to use your stuff and have it stay in place so you can work with it. But I'm noticing this paper is just a little bit, I'm still doing this the wrong freaking way. It's okay. This is just one more example of we do not care. And speaking of we do not care, there is the most fun channel on Instagram. We do not care. I think it's just wow, I can't remember. Just me, Milani. I don't remember, but I came across her channel. It's for perimenopause, postmenopause. She's hilarious. So I follow her. I'm definitely part of the We Do Not Care. So here we go. This is going to be the right way. And I think that's fine. Maybe it's supposed to be this way. I was looking at the direction of these blooms here and thinking that maybe it should go that way. But I think this is fine. And then something that I will do, just because I think it can make a difference. Wow. That's actually really close. It looks off to me, but we're gonna go with this. And then let's go ahead and put some paper on the inside, which I haven't really picked out yet, but we have got all these beautiful, beautiful pieces of paper from this paper that I bought. So let's figure out, is that gonna fit? Okay, that's a little bit too big. And we're gonna trim quite a bit off because it's really fun for the cardboard to show. We said we wanted layered. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead. We're not going to the paper trimmer. We're not doing any of that. We are just gonna cut, and we're gonna do it quick. That's what we're gonna do. And let's get some glue on this side. I don't know that we'll need as much glue for this because this paper is not shiny. It's not glossy or anything like that. I'm still amazed at how much this little silicone, what is this thing called? It's like a little spatula from the Dollar Tree has changed my life with the glue. I never thought about buying one of these. I mean, I'm blown away at how much this has. I like gluing things down now, even more than I did before. Okay, so let's put those in. And something that I want to do, and I know we had a piece of file folder. I love to keep these to make tags. This does not have to be perfect. That's still a little bit too big. Whoa, hello. So let's do this. And add some glue right down the center here. Oh, it feels so good to create. I think what I was saying earlier, I've been so busy making packs and just pushing. And it might not seem like it on that side of things, but just, you know, shopping for things for the shop and making sure they're clean, making sure I have supplies. I go through a lot of tape, a lot of packaging supplies, a lot of bags. I've been really busy, and I just got to the point last night where the next round of fabric packs is almost done, but my neck was sore from leaning over the table, cutting and just thinking, and I said, you know what, I've got to stop. I got to take a break, go sit down. Jason was out on a motorcycle ride, and I'm just going to sit and wait until he gets to the house, and then we're going to do something for dinner together. But I can't cut any more fabric. And tomorrow morning, meaning right now, I'm going to play a little bit before I get started, because I think it helps my mind settle on things that I need to do. This is a chance to think about things and to figure out what I need to get done. Wow, it's crazy that we've been going already for almost 17 minutes. I don't want these videos to get too long, but we're going to do the whole thing on camera. That's what we're going to do. I'm really loving this so far. So let's set this to the side. I need to put my little birdsong stamp on the back, and we could let's just cut a little piece of paper out, a little strip. I'm actually going to cut all the way across because we'll use this for a page. I don't want to waste anything. And here's the bird song. Let's just use all different colors. Let's see if this will show up on here. Yes. We're not worrying about anything. We're just going to do it. But like I said earlier, I don't worry too much about things not sticking, because there are ways to go back and fix things. If this book, if the paper ends up not sticking to the cover, the ink ran a little bit, but that's okay. I would go back with an awl and punch some holes in here and put brads through, and that would be really pretty. It would just add to the looks of the journal. Then you may have to glue something on top of the other side. Look at me. You know what I'm thinking about, right? I'm thinking, what would it be like if I just went ahead and did one, even though we don't have to? How hard would that be? We're going through a lot of layers. Oh, but that went right through. I love this awl. And kind of have to make a big enough hole for it to go through. Let me see if I have, where are my brads? Goodness, that one's all bent up. Can't even see where the hole was. There it is. Oh, that one came apart. Let's get a different one. Oh, it's going through. I'm so happy. The thing is getting it through the fabric. There, look at that. So I never should have tried that one that was bent up anyway. I mean, seriously, because it goes through so much easier. Look, isn't that great? So that's what I'm saying. I don't worry too much. There's always a way to fix things. And junk journals, there are no rules, none of that. No worrying about rules. So you can see we've got this little trough here where we're going to sew some pages in. And I think, so this is some fabric that I have been so inspired by. So inspired by these colors. Ooh, I don't want to lose that green flower. So let's cut another piece. And we're just going to go ahead and put glue on this. I think this is another container of tacky glue that's just about empty. We're going to use it until it's all gone. And then let's just spread this glue around. And we'll just put this right over that brad on the inside. And this can remind us through the whole project, these colors that we're inspired by. I love that. I love that so much. And since we're inspired by that, let's go ahead and take this gelato and just come over here and add some more color, because we ended up showing more cardboard, if you remember. Now let's put this to the side real quick. Where do I go? Don't know which way to go with it. Put that back before I lose it. Where does this go? There we go. And let's just start folding some pages. And the first thing, so this is an 8.5 by 11, and I think what I need to do is just make sure that's going to fit in there perfectly. So that way we know what size we need to have from the very start. And we just want all kinds of things. We're not going to totally fill it up with this colorful paper, but we do want this colorful paper in here, because this is a bright everything journal. And let me tell you who I've been so inspired by recently. Thrifty Day. Leah over at Thrifty Day, she has got the brightest, most colorful journals, and the charms. I mean, the charms just make me go crazy when I look at those. And I never thought that I would be inclined to make a little golden book journal. There's some people who are really good at it out there, but they're so colorful. I've started thinking, is that something I need to do? So let's cut this down just a little bit. And again, we are not going to worry too much about perfection. And the little strips, anything that we cut off, we're going to save. Oh my gosh, is this not so beautiful? Look at that. Let's do something real quick. Let's see. I don't think we need to cut as much off. I just lucked out with this paper because I was out shopping, and the person who was about to put it out on the floor knows me, and they came over and said, "You might like this," and just said, "You want to take a look?" And I said, "Of course, I love it. Look at the butterflies." Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I love this so much. I need to save a little piece of this to go in my butterfly journal. Yeah, I was going to just cut one out, but we'll come back to that. See, you shouldn't be afraid to do stuff like that either, because it would make a little window that we could put something in. Now, let me reach behind me. Let's look at something. So here is, I don't know, have you ever heard of a place called McKay's? Jason and I went over there the other night. There's my ticket from the Savannah trolley tour. I guess that needs to go in my Savannah journal. And let's see, here's a little tag. I need to get a tag punch. I've been thinking about that. I found a bag of little things like this, and I thought it would be so fun to have a punch just to make your own. So let's pull some junk mail into this, and here's the little artist trading card that I'm pulling in. I didn't make that. Who made this? And I'm sorry, I don't know. Jay, was this you? Kim? Jennifer? Carolyn? Cynthia? I don't remember. And I feel terrible that I don't remember. Anyway, I just don't remember. This one's got my address on the other side, so we're going to fold it in this way for right now. And actually, where is my tape? Let's pull out this big roll of duct tape. And we're going to go ahead. Let's just tape over it. That way I don't have to worry about it the whole time. So let's start using some of this junk mail in here. And there's the card from a recent meal at a place called Salt Box. Out to eat, and it's a tiny little place where you can get seafood. They get it fresh from the coast and bring it into Durham. And the chef, it's a James Beard award-winning chef. So it's really, really good food. We're so fortunate to have it. And I love going over there. I've been craving that food ever since we were there. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is. Let's pick one more piece of this and go ahead and fold it and cut it down. And I know that I could be folding these over to make little pockets or something. We're just working fast. Now, that's enough right now, I think, of this stuff. See, I've got all of these not containers, but like the little booklets that had the paper in them. And look at this wrapping paper. Oh my goodness, you know that we've got to use some of this. It's like a poster. It's just so incredible. And this is going in a junk journal, so I'm okay if that tears a little bit. And let's put this. Oh man. I'm tearing it because I know that it's too tall and I don't want to waste it. So, but let me see. It's not tearing as easy as I thought it would. Definitely not tearing as easy as some of those other things. And here is where we will definitely put a little pocket in. How was that one? We're going to do that one sideways because I want more of the flowers showing. And this one we will fold up. No stress. And we'll go ahead and fold that one up. Did I fold that the right way? Heck no. Okay. That's better, but did I fold that one the right way? Yeah, I think so. Not that it really matters. So we're getting a lot of pages. I was trying to sort of separate them out, but let's just hold these all together and see how much they fill up the book. I think it's going to be full already because we're going to be adding so many things. Yeah, so we better stop with this amount unless we need to add one to make the signatures even. And I'm going to do 3 signatures. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3. I know I dropped 1. 8, 2. So we do need 1 more. Let's use this little page with the crystals. So 3 signatures. And I tell you what, let me see how long we are right now. I've been recording for 32 minutes, so I'm going to stop and start a new video, and we're going to put the pages in.